Hackers take over Jeep Cherokee. Hello everybody, this is Jerry Hutchison with CyberCreed Consulting, bringing you another Defender Minute. This is a weekly video series where I help executives protect themselves and their companies on the internet. This week we have an interesting one. It's about IoT and IoT, which stands for Internet of Things. And essentially, Internet of Things means that common everyday devices are now being attached to the internet. And if a device can be attached to the internet, it can be hacked. In this case, Wired Magazine brought together some hackers, Charlie Miller and Chris Valasek, to take over a Jeep Cherokee while he was driving it down the highway. And they did just that from a remote location. And they were able to do things like turn on the AC, turn the radio all the way up, control the brakes, control the steering, and even eventually shut down the vehicle completely. This is pretty startling stuff, but it's pretty standardized. Most cars today are almost completely controlled by computers and computerized systems. And the problem with this is that many times these IoT devices don't have security built into them from the ground up. A lot of times it's just an afterthought. The companies are thinking about things like design and cost and marketing and things like this, and they kind of forget about security, and that needs to change. So here's some suggestions I have. First of all, you need to make sure that if you have any internal IoT devices in your network, that they are being controlled and protected. Many times, your information technology department doesn't even know those IoT devices are there. They're operating, completely blind on some of this stuff. So you need to make sure that those devices can be identified through policy and procedure and control. The second thing is, you need to make sure that you've built policies into your development for any type of IoT devices that you're going to build security in from the ground up, and you spelled that out. If you have these guidelines, then your developers will build them into the devices, and you're going to be much further ahead of the game on security than if not. The third thing is you need to be looking at what your relationship with your supply chain is as results of IoT and communicating back and forth, because the supply chain needs to know what you're doing with IoT, and you need to know what they're doing with IoT. And if you do this, it's going to protect you from having an attack through a backdoor type of attack. So that's it for now. Remember, always don't forget to follow and to write any comments or questions or suggestions you have down below. Be happy to answer them. And you can also email me, and I'll answer your emails. And I might use one of your emails in a future video broadcast. So if you want to remain anonymous, just let me know in the email. And until next time, remember, if your company's cyber secure, then you'll be cyber secure. So long.